Hi everyone, this is Anthony from NoLimitCoin, and today I'm joined by Raphael Grossworth, CEO of NoLimitCoin. How are you going, Raphael?
Great, Anthony. It's great to talk to you on camera. We do a lot of off camera talking and chatting, but it's been a while since we had an event this great. So it's definitely worth it and time to do it.
Exactly. So, in this video, we're going to be talking about the news that NoLimitCoin has officially launched as a token on the Binance Smart Chain. And we're going to be talking about the reasons we made this decision. So, first up, we want to talk about Ethereum. So initially, we planned to launch as an ERC20 token on the Ethereum blockchain, but we've decided to pivot and change directions, and we're going to explain why. So currently, there's a number of downsides with Ethereum. So first up, the fees are expensive. So here's a graph of the average transaction fee for Ethereum over the past year. Transactions have gone from a couple of cents to averaging $17 right now. And that's just the average fee. We've heard of users paying up to $100+ just to send one transaction. And it's just these huge numbers that we felt just isn't practical right now for the NoLimitCoin ecosystem. Also, the fact that transactions are expensive, they're also slow because the network gets congested. At peak times, the transactions take way longer than they should. And if you don't pay extra fees with high gas, you're going to be waiting quite a while for your transaction to go through. That's another downside. And we kind of felt that these fees are just not practical for DeFi and online gaming. And at NoLimitCoin, we're going to be doing a lot of online gaming and DeFi related transactions. And we just felt that currently it's not practical on the Ethereum blockchain. Ethereum 2.0 may fix this, but it's not likely to be released anytime soon. It could be the end of this year, it could be next year, but right now we don't really know. So we've decided to pivot. So Raphael, do you want to jump in about this?
I mean, as they say, you had me at hello, you had me at high fees. I mean, there's really nothing much to discuss. We initially planned for ERC20 and Uniswap and the excitement of having all the technology to go along with it in terms of blockchain technology. But too much of a good thing sometimes, make things too expensive. And at the same time, Binance, a great leader in our space, comes up with a great solution. And as you're going to discuss right now, you're going to see how that has grown so much. So we made the decision to pivot, as you say, and to move to the BSC, the Binance Smart Chain.
Exactly. So the way that Ethereum currently works is that it's run on a proof of work consensus. Whereas Binance Smart Chain, it relies on a system of 21 validators with a proof of staked authority, like a consensus mechanism that supports short block times and low fees. So it still has all the benefits that Ethereum has of, the code is written in Solidity, it supports smart contracts, but it doesn't have the downsides that Ethereum has right now. So essentially, it was Ethereum code forked, and then they changed the consensus mechanism just to allow low fees and high transaction speeds to go through. So we're going to have a little bit of a look at the Binance Smart Chain performance this year. And you can see that the daily transactions have gone up over 900%. Unique wallet addresses have gone up 9,000%. The BNB price alone has gone up 585%. It's ranging between $250 and $300 right now. And also, the BEP20 token transfers. So Ethereum has the ERC20 tokens, or on Binance, it's called the BEP20 tokens. So you can see those have gone up 1,200% as a lot more people are utilizing the Binance Smart Chain and creating tokens on their platform, because right now the downsides of Ethereum and ERC20 tokens is outweighing the benefits. So here's also a bit of an overview of the Binance Smart Chain ecosystem. And you can really see how much it's growing. All the DeFi that's related to exchanges, NFTs, lending, stable coins, the whole ecosystem is really growing at a rapid rate. And you can see there on the left of this image the amount of games that are. So ideally, we want to show up in this gaming sector as NoLimitCoin, part of the Binance Smart Chain ecosystem. It's really quite amazing how quickly the whole ecosystem is growing. So let's talk about the users per protocol. So this is the unique active wallet addresses interacting with the smart contract. And you can see just over the past month that Binance Smart Chain has nearly doubled Ethereum's active wallet addresses. And this is a good metric to see how many people are actually using the chain. Also, this is the volume per protocol. You can see that Binance Smart Chain in the past month has almost gone parabolic with 685 billion compared to Ethereum's 17. You can see that the users are really putting their money on the platform that they choose to use. And right now, they're choosing to use Binance Smart Chain. Also, this is a nice one. This is the volume per category. And you can kind of see where the money is going depending on which category within the Binance Smart Chain and all the other protocols. So you can see that DeFi, obviously in blue, has the most, nearly 700 billion. But it's nice to see the other ones in there, like gambling and games and exchanges that, we're going to be playing in this space, obviously with DeFi, but also with gambling and online gaming. So let's talk a little bit about the benefits of the Binance Smart Chain. So obviously, fees are very cheap, from 10 cents to 30 cents, sometimes even less than 10 cents. And they're very fast and near instant transactions. And that's one of the current things with our current blockchain, NLC2, is that we always were very proud that we had very, very fast transactions, and then they were very, very cheap. So we kind of felt it didn't make sense to move to a new blockchain where we're losing kind of the two main things that made our blockchain great on a proof of stake blockchain. So, but by going to Binance Smart Chain, we're getting those benefits and we're not losing those two attributes of our current chain. And Raphael, do you want to jump in there? I think that's pretty important.
Right. I mean, it's really been our mantra, right? We've always loved the fact that we can have instant transactions, low cost transactions. And from that, we were going to end up in an ecosystem with the transactions not of 30 cents, but of $30. So it was just really keeping me up at night, really. And then my team, Anthony and Dan, and a lot of people, and then the chat rooms were talking about it. And we discussed it a long time. But at the end, it was a very easy decision once we saw how, as Anthony has showed those amazing numbers, how BSC is just really taking a leadership role. So we're happy to jump on. And because it is a Solidity code shop, basically it's the same identical code that'll run on ERC20 and on BIP20. So that's a great thing too. Nice job, Binance.
And that's the thing to sort of take note is that although we're going with Binance Smart Chain right now, it does leave us the option, because we've already written the smart contracts, we've already written the code on Solidity, that if Ethereum 2.0 does become a success and does work, that we can pivot again. So it's important that we get our skin into the game now, because creating the no limit betting protocol, the earlier we get in, the earlier we start developing it, the better. So that's why right now it makes more sense for us to be on the Binance Smart Chain.
Right, we're not abandoning ERC at all. I mean, it's an absolute winner, right? They're a product of they're a victim of their own success. But once they get everything sorted out with Ethereum 2.0, with the shards, and then Dot's going to come along and put pressure, competitively on them, it's a very exciting notion to be able to live in multiple ecosystems, trade on everybody's swaps, and control the circulation to maintaining the same and creating this huge liquidity, and never depending, or at least not fully depending on the centralized exchanges that have really been, a sore spot for for especially the small coins that want to get off the ground, that want to get on exchanges, and then something goes wrong with an exchange, and it just throws a major monkey wrench. So those decentralized exchanges that were the promise that Dan talked about years ago really did come through, and we're excited about that, and even more so now that we just said, you know what, there's no other option but BSC.
Exactly. And yeah, going back into the benefits of the Binance Smart Chain is that currently there's no network congestion. So those key things that were holding us back with ERC20, or waiting a long time for your fees, is that it's really practical for DeFi and online gaming. When our platforms are integrated with Binance Smart Chain, we need the players to be depositing, withdrawing, betting quickly and easily. We don't want them waiting an hour for their money to transfer so that they can get their bet in. Because a lot of the time, especially with sports betting, you're doing the betting very quickly. You're making a decision on the fly. I want to make this bet. I want to get my money there now. So it just wasn't practical with Ethereum, but with Binance Smart Chain, it is. Also, we really felt, as we've been talking about, that it's just the right decision for NoLimitCoin because it gives us an immediate solution. We don't have to wait for Ethereum 2.0. We can get going straight away, which I think is really important. And also, the platforms and the web wallet will auto-convert the old tokens to the new ones at some point. So if you still have any tokens on the poker platform or the fantasy platform or the web wallet, and you don't want to have to just transfer them out and then swap, they will auto be converted soon. So Raf, do you want to say something about that?
Right. So right now they're still on the current chain NLC2, and you can deposit, you can withdraw. But when we restart the platforms, as we have stated in our roadmap on Q2, now sending in coin or withdrawing coin is going to actually be on the token. So if you've got coin there, you don't have to pull it and then send it in for a swap, which we're going to explain on this video also. And we're going to also post some instructions that Anthony does so beautifully on everything. So at this point, that's how we would do it. So you don't have to pull the coin off the platform and then go swap and worry about that, because the platforms will convert, and anything you withdraw from them after a certain time, not yet, when we restart them, will be the token.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Yeah, and one other thing to point out is that the existing exchanges will keep trading on the NLC2 chain for at least 1 year. Because we're allowing 12 months for the swap to take place. So there's no rush. You can still keep your coins on the platforms, the web wallet or the desktop staking wallet. You've got 12 months to do the swap. We felt that was just the best and fairest way to do the swap, because I know a lot of other chains do it in like a 1 or 3 month period and people can miss it. But we're allowing 12 months. So plenty of time. There's no rush. But the existing exchanges that we have, they're going to stay on the old chain for at least 12 months. But that doesn't stop us from potentially listing the new token on other exchanges. And we're going to go into that in the future.
And other DEXs, right? Not just PancakeSwap, but other swaps that are out there. And, we'll create the different liquidity pools, which, we're going to talk about too.
Exactly. So, now that we've gone through the benefits of the Binance Smart Chain and why we've made the decision, we're going to be talking a little bit about the supply of the coin. So currently, there's 625 million in our current circulation. And so what we've created is, on the new token, we have a master wallet with that exact 625 million. It's important to remember that anyone who doesn't swap their coins within that 1 year swap period, there's probably plenty of people that have lost their coins. Like same thing with Bitcoin and all other cryptocurrencies, is people lose their wallet files, their computer dies. And so any coins that do not swap within 1 year will be burned, reducing the total supply. So after that, we've also created a rewards wallet. So this will be 475 million, and we're going to explain in the next slides how we got to that number. Again, it's important to remember that any undistributed reward tokens will be burned quarterly. So we'll be having quarterly burn events that will reduce the overall supply, and we're going to break down that in the next few slides. So the total minted tokens is 1.1 billion, and we want to emphasize there's no additional tokens that will be distributed to the company, to anyone on the team, the founders, or the management. The reason why we've set up this rewards wallet is to help grow the NoLimitCoin ecosystem. So we're going to break down now about how this rewards wallet will work. Okay, so as we've been saying, is that we've already talked about this, is that once we went live on the new chain, we wanted to have a more aggressive staking reward system to incentivize people to join and get involved with NoLimitCoin. So for the first year, we're offering 20% staking rewards and then dropping 5% every year after that. So the plan is that obviously this does cause a bit of inflation. Initially the supply does have to go up, but we feel it outweighs, the downsides, is that by having these staking rewards, we're likely to get more people involved with the system, which will benefit NoLimitCoin overall. And the plan is by the time we get to year 5 and we have no more staking rewards, that the coin will start to become deflationary because of the no limit betting protocol. So the protocol that'll give us enough time for the protocol to be utilized by enough platforms and people that it'll be burning enough tokens that will then make the chain and make the coin deflationary over time. Raf, do you want to jump in?
Yes. So basically, the staking rewards, the way it's set up, was thought out as a way to repay our holders for originally providing computers and nodes on our first chain, expecting to make that 4% into perpetuity. And now as we change over, we wanted to accelerate some of that 4%, pack it in together the first few months, and at the same time reward those holders and cause a reason for demand to the coin. But eventually we do end staking, creating a zero inflationary environment, and as you said, even a deflationary environment. So essentially it's compensation for people that went out, bought computers, set them up as nodes for NLC2. Now we're saying, okay, because this is a utility coin, this isn't interest rate, this is basically a way to return rewards to people that were helping out the platform, the network with the nodes by doing this, and it does end after 5 years.
Exactly. So let's go into the rewards wallet a bit more in depth. So we've allocated 4%, staking for the first year on the old chain. That's our current 4%. So that comes to 25 million. Again, I'll say this again: if those don't get minted, if those people that aren't staking, if that number doesn't equal 25 million, they will be burned. We've also set up an exchange and liquidity provider rewards pool of 50 million. So this is a really great way to incentivize people to get involved, especially with the automated market makers and yield farming. And we're going to be going into that shortly. Raf, do you want to jump in there?
Right. So we want to do everything possible to incentivize the liquidity, right? Because we're going from the centralized exchange model, which you go and just put your buys, put your sells, to this new form of automated market making. So yield farming is really the engine that could push a coin to the stratosphere. So we want to prepare for those rewards, and the fact that it's such a big number doesn't mean we're just going to be throwing coin all over the place. We're going to be very, very restricted with the rewards, but when there is the time to do it, we're going to do it in order for yield farming to be very, very attractive. So our liquidity pools may start at a certain amount, but then the rest of the crypto world could take notice, and we want to attract additional capital, bring our liquidity pool levels high, and eventually get us into the first few pages of CoinMarketCap.
Yep, exactly. So, and as we mentioned with the staking, so the first year, if the total supply was staking, it would equal 125 million. Second year, after compounding that, it would be 123. Third year, 94. Fourth year, 52. So, again, we're going to be saying anything that doesn't get staked will be burned, and we'll be doing quarterly burn events. So, we also
And
go ahead, Raf.
I'm sorry to interrupt. I just wanted to say that, after the first year where let's say we burn 100 million from the 625, that would put us at 525, right? All these numbers you see here are calculated at the maximum event. So once we even burn that first year burn, we're going to also reduce these amounts, and then every year, whatever doesn't get used, like, year one, whatever doesn't get used of the 125, boom, it goes out and gets burnt.
Exactly. So yeah, there's also an insurance fund set up of 4 million. Hopefully, we don't actually need to use that. It's for things like exchange hacks, that sort of stuff. So that's just there as an insurance policy. And so that brings the total rewards up to 475 million. Again, that's the potential maximum. It should actually be a fair bit lower. But so we did mint 1.1 billion tokens. And again,
And there is an explorer page that is going to show everybody the exact circulation, and you'll be able to monitor how much coin has been sent in the NLC2 swap wallets, and then how much coin has been released from the master wallets, and the numbers are going to have to match.
Exactly. So again, these extra tokens, they're only going to help grow the whole ecosystem, and we feel it's the best thing going forward. All right, moving on, we wanted to talk about automated market makers and PancakeSwap to begin with. So initially, under Ethereum, we were going to list on Uniswap, but as we're not going with Ethereum right now, we decided to go with PancakeSwap. So PancakeSwap is the #1 automated market maker or exchange and yield farming platform on the Binance Smart Chain. It already really has large volumes, and on certain days it has more volume than Uniswap right now, and this number just keeps growing. So you can kind of see here that for the past 30 days, the total value locked in PancakeSwap has risen to 5.7 billion, and so it's where we're going to be setting up initially. You're going to be able to exchange NLC and provide liquidity against BNB on the PancakeSwap exchange, and we're also going to be setting up future yield farming things on there, potentially syrup pools and all of that, and we will release all that information as soon as we have it. And Raf, do you want to jump in?
That's pretty much right. We're going to add some more information right now about the actual process of how to set up the wallets and so forth. But yeah, it's very exciting, very interesting, very amazing how things shift so quickly. And because of the way crypto markets are and they're so liquid, things like these can happen. From one day to another, you've got billions of dollars locked up in new platforms that are better than older ones. So yeah, we're happy to be here. It's exciting. We've got a nice group of people that are coming in with the liquidity to create the first liquidity pool. We hope that liquidity pool will attract other liquidity providers, and that's the way that whole system snowballs into something big.
Exactly. That's the great world of crypto. As you said, it's very fast paced. As nearly everything is open source, anyone can fork your project and put their spin on it and make it better. And that's what's happened with Binance Smart Chain, with PancakeSwap, is that they're seeing opportunities, they're improving things, and we're taking advantage of that. And yeah, so I think we'll wrap it up there. But below we will have our guide on how to swap your NLC2 to the new tokens. So check out that guide. We'll have a written guide and a video, and basically that's it. So thank you very much for listening in, and it's exciting times going forward.
Thank you, Anthony, very much. And you're so beloved in the community, and I just want to acknowledge the the amazing work these last few months. You've been tremendous team, contributor, and just keeping me kind of focused. Right, that's part of what you do, and that's definitely got us to the point where we are right now, and then the old teams showing up. So everybody's kind of coming back into the tent. And I think this time around, we've got so many pieces and moving parts, and we're at such a cutting edge in terms of technology that I predict we're going to find very solid footing very soon. So thanks a lot. This is a wonderful opportunity and experience for me. It really is.
Yeah, I agree with everything you said, Raphael, and thank you very much for joining in, guys, and thanks, Raphael, for your time, and we'll sign out. Thanks, guys. See you later.